Hello, hires. In this video, we're going to look at key area 2.3a, which is involved in fertility. So we're going to do a countdown task first. There are 12 letters on the screen. See if you can pause the video, take 30 seconds of your time, and try and make a word out of it that's related to the unit we've covered so far. Okay, I'm going to click and put the answer up. So the best word I think you can make from that is progesterone. You may also have been able to make some other ones as well. The letters I put up now, again, you can pause the video, have a look, see if you can make a word out of it. Okay, and the best word I think you can make from that is estrogen. The American spelling does not have the O, but they are wrong. So 2.3a looks at fertility. We're just going to look at the first sub-key area in this video. So we'll look at male and female fertility and how the fertile periods in males and females differ. So, who do you think has cyclical fertility and who has continuous fertility? So if you think about it, the male cycle that we've talked about, once you start your release of hormone coming from the hypothalamus, hitting the pituitary, you've got your FSH and ICSH, you're off to the races basically, and you don't really need to stop until you die. You can continuously just make your sperm. Women, females, have to go through cyclical fertility, so they have a phase where their endometrial layer is sloughing off and they are having the bleeding stage of the menstrual cycle, and they have the stage where the endometrium is starting to build but still not fertile, and then they have that beautiful peak in the middle around ovulation where the endometrium is able to take on an embryo and the follicle has ovulated and become the corpus luteum. So only at that little window, plus or minus 2 days from that, if the male and the female have sex, you can become pregnant. So the negative feedback effect of testosterone maintains quite a constant level of FSH and ICSH in men. This means that a steady stream of testosterone is secreted and sperm are matured. We, as men, are constantly fertile. It does decrease a bit in later life, but you can still father children almost 60, 100 years old. Although that guy does look pretty good for 100 years old. So throughout your entire life, you can father children. Female fertility is cyclical. It's only, as I said, around the fertile window before and after ovulation. So obviously, you might think, well, why is it worth having sex before ovulation? It can take a couple of days for the sperm to get up to the oviduct, and they can sit around there for another day or so. So really, the 4 or so days before ovulation, you can put sperm in, and they can go to the oviduct and wait. And after that, the egg hangs around for 12 hours, maybe a couple of days, and you might just be able to hit the window after that. So around that time, it's worth having sex if you want to make a baby. To calculate where a woman's fertile period is, you can use body temperature. So the woman's body temperature rises by around 0.5 degrees Celsius after ovulation, and her cervical mucus becomes thin and watery. So it's a lovely diagram here that shows dry, tacky, not fertile mucus from the cervix. So this, if sperm were to hit that, it just would not be able to penetrate. Similarly, cloudy, streaky mucus and sticky, creamy mucus, it's too hard. The sperm can't get through that. The mucus would have to be watery and stretchy, like egg whites, for it to be worth it, basically. If you crack an egg, you can look at the egg albumin and it will show you what cervical mucus could look like. Some women actually, as part of their cycle, check what their internal body temperature is at different parts of the cycle. You can get apps that allow you to make a graph, and it means that if you lose track or if you come off some of the chemical contraceptives and you don't know where you are in your cycle, you can check. You can take an internal vaginal reading or just a generic temperature reading, and you can feel the position of your cervix and your cervical mucus, and that will tell you where you are in the cycle. So that was just a brief topic and the plenary. So whose fertility would this describe? You can think about it. And what aspect of female fertility does this describe? So this is obviously cyclical fertility, so females, but you could also think of it as a continuous fertility, and it would represent men. In the other hand, in the other diagram, this diagram suggests the fertile window or fertile period where a woman's body temperature rises around 0.5 degree after ovulation and her cervical mucus, becomes thin and watery. Hopefully that was helpful. Please ask if you have